Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we're taking a look at the track The Craving by the American musical duo 21 Pilots. This is the fourth track to be released from their upcoming studio album Clancy, which does land this Friday 24th of May. We've already got to hear 3 tracks from the album previously in the form of Overcompensate, Next Semester and Backslide, which have all explored Clancy's final chapter, but have had these real world implications as well, that they've really explored lots of meaning packed into those tracks and have shown us something different with each one so far. However, this latest track will not be exploring the Clancy storyline, as every single album recently, Tyler Joseph has been dedicating one song to his wife Jenna, and that's what this track will do on this album, following on from things such as Tearing My Heart, Smithereens and Formidable. And there is actually 2 versions. This is the single version, however the album will feature Jenna's version, so maybe a little bit of variation. This one may be slightly altered to kind of just maybe have a different meaning, but be interesting to see how it does compare with the full album version upon its release. So will this latest track have you craving for more or leave you feeling a little bit empty? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds.
Seems I get in my own way. The more I think, the less I say. I hope I communicate the craving. Now I see intentions don't mean much. Say enough, did I let it know if I found my body in chains, I'd lay down and wait and hope she looks for me, and hope she looks for me. She just wants to get you away, ride it out to the end of the days. I hope that I can satiate the craving. Now I see a gesture don't mean much. Say enough, did I let it know if I found my body in chains, I'd lay down and wait and hope she looks for me, and hope she looks for me. Say enough, did I let it know if I found my body in chains, I'd lay down and wait, 'cause it's the fear of the unknown that cripples every step we take. And I just hate to put this on her, but I swear that I will give more than I take away. The craving. Now I see intentions don't mean much.
Oh! That's a miss. Next.
What a beautiful little track that is. I'm always impressed when they really just kind of focus on the ukulele, really these much softer sounds, and you can really see how it just has this very somber feel but continues to maintain that more upbeat style. We do see them do that on a lot of these tracks just so beautifully. It's one of those songs that doesn't kind of get too weighed down in the very more sad or effectively lovey tones. It still keeps something very upbeat, which is what the band or the duo often do tend to go towards. So great to see that really coming through, and I really like the way it kind of conveys the fact of kind of communicating clearly. It's something that's so vital to a relationship, and we can really see how kind of we do see a lot of Tyler putting a lot of weight on himself to communicate things properly. Seems I get in my own way. The more I think, the less I say. The idea of sometimes you just want to say so much, maybe you want to express your feelings for somebody and you feel like you're kind of worried too much about what you're saying the wrong thing and things like that. I hope I communicate the craving. Now I see intentions don't mean much. So you can have all these good intentions of doing these things, but do you display that enough to your partner? So for him, it kind of almost shows that lack of confidence of whether he actually conveys enough to Jenna, whether he really just kind of, whether she knows he loves her as much as he thinks that he does or knows that he does. So we can really see that coming through, and it's quite beautiful in the chorus. Say enough, did I let her know, let her know. The idea of, have I conveyed this feelings of affection enough? If I found my body in chains, the idea of kind of getting caught in your own effectively emotions, thoughts, ideas like that, to the point where you effectively wrap yourself up and prevent yourself from moving. I'd lay down and wait and hope she looks for me. That idea that she will come and untangle him from the messes that he gets himself in. She is that support for him in the way that he is able to express himself, and know that if he does get himself into a spot of bother, she will be there to uncover and unravel the puzzle that is effectively Tyler Joseph. And I really like the way it kind of shows the carefree nature of her. She just wants to catch a wave, ride it off to the end of days, enjoying this kind of high wave effectively that they are on as they kind of journey through life, where they've got things like their daughter and things like that, and family, all these sorts of things. So really riding this kind of high sensation, not wanting it to end, really riding it to the end of days. I hope that I can satiate the craving. Now I see gestures don't mean much. So really just kind of putting the sole importance and focus on the idea of conveying correctly to a partner just how much they mean to you. So you can really see, despite the fact that we don't see a high variation in lyrics, we do see on this single version that it very much is just kind of talking about the idea of how she continues to be a very heavy support beam for Tyler, and the way that he kind of has those feelings for her, and just really bringing in that acoustic stylings on the ukulele to really provide a much more somber feel and really just show some of the emotion and carry it along. And I also really love the way they've actually captured the video for this. It says so much. The video really just conveys so much heavy meaning on a different variety of ways. First of all, it kind of looks at the way that you constantly craft them, spend so many hours working away on crafting this beautiful thing. And it could reference to things such as Scaled and Icy, their previous album, which wasn't particularly well received. The duo spent so much time crafting and putting it together for it effectively to be kind of shunned or kind of shooed away, maybe by the corporations, the guys in suits at the end, seen as a misfire or a missed shot or a missed opportunity, things like that. Maybe they didn't kind of feel that even though they'd spent all this time working on it, that it wasn't appreciated enough. So that's one way you could really look at this. I also really like the idea of the guy firing the gun that calls a miss. It could kind of show this idea that sometimes it's actually the kind of big corporations that are the ones that are not putting their aim in the right direction. Is it technically a miss? Is it the shotgun shell, or is it the person firing the gun that's kind of misplacing their aim? So you can really look at that idea as well, of maybe they felt that Scaled and Icy was a masterpiece and it just wasn't kind of put out in the right way or something like that. Maybe there was choices beyond their control and the person kind of aiming in the direction of where they wanted that bullet to effectively go. So that's another way that you could really look at it. Just really lots of different meanings you can really pull in. And you could also look at a couple of other different ideas as well, certainly coming from the video. You could look at the way that effectively they do work hand in hand, Tyler and Josh. The fact that like they're both working separately on crafting these little things, but ultimately they come together at the end, providing the box for the shell effectively, and really just showing how they fit together like a hand in a glove, and the way that they really are just kind of so ingrained together in the way that they produce their music, and the fact that they have become effectively an unstoppable force. They're one of the biggest duos certainly in the musical world still to this day, and it just shows how they really do fit together so well in what they're looking for and the music they're looking to make. So you can really see lots of different ideas really coming through on the video. Another way you could look at it would be the idea of relationships. Kind of you spend so much time time maybe working up the courage to maybe ask this person out that you've got an interest in, and then effectively if you don't shoot your shot or you miss your opportunity, it effectively goes to waste. So I like the way that they kind of don't really kind of point you in one specific direction with the video. It has lots of different interpretations to different people in the way that you want to really look at the ideas that they're really bringing across. But I love the idea of spending so much time crafting and working on things just for it to effectively be wasted or just kind of seen as a misfire, when ultimately sometimes that's not the way that things work out. I mean, in the music industry today, we do see sometimes someone can put a song together in an hour and it goes on to be a global hit, whereas they spend hours and hours craving away, really just working away to provide this beautiful piece of music that unfortunately gets kind of misunderstood or misheard or not really appreciated in the way that they are actually looking for. So again, just so much meaning packed in the video, and I love the way that really we have this song that really is just a bit more of a love letter to Jenna, and really just kind of showing Tyler really conveying his emotion for his wife. So there we have it, the duo have satiated our cravings to get to hear another track, but I'll be really interested to see how much variation there is between this single version and Jenna's version on the album in just a couple of days. But I would love to know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. Let me know how you feel about it. Maybe it kind of makes you want to do something nice for your partner. Maybe it kind of gives you these ideas of how you convey your love for them enough? Do you communicate enough, or do you kind of get in your own way effective like we do see in that first verse? I really would love to know your thoughts. Also, if you would like to see more 21 Pilots content, I have covered the 3 previous tracks from this upcoming album in separate videos, which you can find the link to in the description of this one. And if you'd like to see more content like this overall, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next audio analysis.